Hello and welcome back to this introduction into tennis trading. In this video, I will be introducing you to Betfair charts and graphs to show you how we use them in tennis trading. Remember, this is an introduction to tennis trading to give you an insight into it. The course alone is not designed to turn you into a professional tennis trader. So the purpose of this video is to introduce you to Betfair charts to show you how we use them in our trading strategies. And I'm sure you'll be very pleased to know that unlike trading Forex or the stock market, the extent to which we use Betfair pricing charts is actually quite small in comparison, and certainly much easier to understand as we are not using complicated technical analysis like in most other forms of trading. So to become a profitable tennis trader, it is important that you have an understanding of the Betfair tennis graphs, which are available to view on Betfair and also on your FairBot trading platform. I will show you very shortly how to access these graphs. If you've not previously had much to do with Betfair graphs, please do not panic. The graphs that we'll be using are very simple and very easy to understand. Once we begin to look at these graphs, you'll begin to realise what I was talking about when I say that the tennis price movements are very predictable. Now, because of this predictability, we are able to determine when the best price to enter a trade will be. So, to get you started, here is an example of a typical tennis graph. Very simply, the graph is providing you with the price movements of a tennis player during the tennis match. Now, just for clarification purposes, these prices are the betting odds of the tennis player. So in the above graph, Wozniacki started the game at a price of 1.30. You can then see she moved up to around about 2, actually just a bit above 2. Then she dropped down slightly to 1.75 before hitting 2.4. Now at this price of 2.4, she then moved back down to 1.25 as she won the first set. You can then see how she then struggled a bit in the second set with her price rising up to 2.9 before coming back down again. So as you can see, the graphs are very straightforward, and it really is just this aspect of the graphs that we will be looking at. We don't need to look at any other parts of the graph, just the prices. So this is how we access the Betfair charts or graphs. If we have a look at this match with Ivashka, you can see just to the left hand side of the name, you can see the chart symbol. Click on that and the pop-up comes up with the player's price chart. You can click on the drop down above to see Martinez, the opponent, and then you can see his price also. Alternatively, you can just click on the left hand icon of the second player. Now, to do that on the FairBot platform, again, very simple. If we just go to Market Search and we find that match with Ivashka, you can see the match comes up. We click on the match, we click on Match Odds. We then turn this into a ladder format, which is what we will be using. And then you can see on the right hand side of the player's name, you can see the graph or charts icon there where you can again see the Betfair charts. Again, click on the drop down, very similar to Betfair, and then you've got the opponent's chart as well. Now, as an alternative, a bit like on Betfair as well, rather than using the drop down, you can of course just click on the icon to the right of the second player. Now, with any type of trading where graphs are involved, you will often hear the terms support and resistance. Support is the level at which the price is unlikely to go any lower unless a significant event has occurred in the match. For example, if that player breaks the opponent's service, then the support level will be broken. Resistance, on the other hand, is the upper level or ceiling in which the price is unlikely to move above unless, of course, a significant event occurs, such as that player being broken on his service game. The support and resistance on tennis graphs gives us a fantastic advantage in predicting where the prices will move when certain events occur. So as you can see from this Betfair graph with Garbine Muguruza, you can see there are clearly defined support and resistance lines. The support line is at 1.40 and the resistance is just under 2.5. You can see that it hits the resistance price twice, and also the support price, actually it hits that 3 times. Now this illustrates just yet again how we are able to predict the price movements by knowing where the price previously moved to. And in the same match we have Cibulkova, who was Muguruza's opponent, and you can see that due to price balance there are also clearly defined support and resistance lines. The support is around about the 1.6 mark and the resistance is up there at 3.3. But you can see later on in the game when Cibulkova was starting to look a little bit shaky that this resistance or ceiling was broken through and actually went up to hit over 4.0. So I'm sure you are starting to see now just how mechanical tennis match prices are, and therefore how we can actually take advantage of this mechanical nature by predicting the price movement of a player's price. Now another important element to look at therefore is price balance. So think about the two players' prices being a set of weighing scales. Quite simply, when one player's price shortens or drops, the other player's price drifts or rises. And this movement is again very predictable and is an essential component to knowing at what point to enter trades on a tennis player during the match. So this chart clearly demonstrates price balance. Because there are only two outcomes in tennis matches, either player A wins or player B wins, the prices are very mechanical, and you can see that demonstrated on this chart. So if player A is at the price of 1.25, then player B will be at the price of 5. If player A was then to go down to a price of say 1.10, then player B would be at the price of 11.0. You will notice that the chart stops at the price of 1.03. Now this is because when the price of a player hits below the price of 1.03, then the mechanical nature often becomes quite erratic and difficult to predict. However, if for example player A was to be in the price region of 1.02 or even 1.01, then it would mean that he or she is very likely to win that match. So if you were going to enter a trade at this kind of price, looking for a drift, I would say that's far too risky. I would not do this, and I would say that behaviour is more like gambling rather than trading. So now we can clearly see price balance in action with this match with Kasatkina and Cibulkova. Quite simply, when one player's price goes up, the other player's price goes down proportionately. So just take a few moments to have a look at that and see how the price balance works. So the purpose of this video was to give you a taster of the sorts of things we look at when trading tennis matches, part of the building blocks if you like. In the full course, I provide you with some more of the essential building blocks to becoming a tennis trader, including an in-depth look at how to predict where a player's price will move to when a certain event occurs. So this would be in situations such as one of the players winning the first set, or maybe the first set loser then going on to win the second set. Now this of course is due to the mechanical nature of tennis pricing and really provides us with an advantage when trading tennis matches. Now you really need to have a full understanding of all of the components involved in tennis trading before trying out any of the strategies. So therefore it would be irresponsible of me to provide any strategies in this free introduction. However, I have provided a clip in the next video of part of one of my trading strategies in action. Now this is purely for the purpose of you being able to see what a typical trade setup looks like. So I really hope you find that next video useful.
Now if you found this video useful, then please do check out my YouTube channel for loads more videos and subscribe to be notified of when I upload new videos. And if you'd like to become a successful tennis trader, then you can start your journey by enrolling on my free video course, An Introduction into Tennis Trading, at protennistrader.com. And you can also grab a free copy of my ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started. I'll see you soon.